Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where last time we tracked down some farm tools that were stolen by Sevrin and a bunch of pirates in order to be smelted into weapons. We were able to bring those back to the farm here at Summerford Farms, and now Staelwyrn has a new job for us. Please tell me we're finally going to be dealing with Sevrin, because he's been causing so many problems for everyone. I've come to expect a great deal from you, lass, and you've never once let me down. Yet what I'd ask of you now goes beyond aught I've asked before. Would you hear my plea all the same? Of course, I'll do whatever I can to help. Staelwyrn has reason to believe that Sevrin is up to no good. Something must be done. It eases my mind to have your ear. You're no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Sevrin by now. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came for him, he's been skulking about in that manner he does when he's up to no good. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off with nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. It ain't exactly damning, but when I last had words with him, he didn't look defiant so much as hunted. I can't help thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. The ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets, but I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. I suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger self. Suffice it to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, I'd try asking Grinavita at the Aetheryte. She was the last one to see him. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where he's headed. Alright, sounds like a plan. Let's go speak to Grinavita and figure out where Sevrin ran off to. Hunt him down and figure out what the hell his deal is. Nothing that passes through those gates escapes my notice. I saw the Rouser and his rabble set out for Woad Whisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky sod said I should join them. I told them I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it was that pickled their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure and give him a cuff round the ear for me, would ya? Alright then, Woad Whisper Canyon. We've been past there before, but we've never been into the canyon. It's up by the giant cliff. You can access it from climbing down the giant cliff. And then taking a right to the northeast. Alright then, let's get hiking. Might have been a little bit faster to buy a chocobo, or rent a chocobo, but I don't want to spend 80 gil. Alright, pirates, you have your fun here. Looks like someone's already helping with the fate. We just gotta get to the stairs and make our way down. Alright, and there's Woad Whisper Canyon. Honestly, I've never really taken a look at the upper half of the canyon wall before. It is wild just how much the Calamity really screwed up the geography around here, because that is not natural. That is very much ripped out of the ground. Hello there, you okay? Of all the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds that slippery bastard's done. Claiming to take the lads out for a drink only to lead us straight into a bloody trap. It don't get no lower than that. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old Sevrin, so I was ready, but the others weren't so lucky. You've got to help him. Oh god, is he trying to get his own crew killed now? What the hell is his problem? Literally, his comrades. The people who stick with him even though he's a piece of shit. What the fuck? Alright, Aramis, let's get you out of here. My axe may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better or the sorry bastards in there are done for. Don't worry, I will help as many as I can. Hello there, Sozai Rarzai. Let's get you out of here. And it looks like we have a duty. Sevrin might have got us into this mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be in that conniving bastard's debt. To arms! I'm sorry, what? Did something change? A true knave, you betray even yourself, Sevrin. We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provided us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the Serpent Reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wretch, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it be, we shall take it. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. And a golem has been summoned to cause problems. Hello there, Clay Golem. Thankfully, it's not too difficult. It's mostly just large and intimidating. Though it helps that doing all the hunting logs and doing our class quests has given us quite a few levels above where we're supposed to be. Alright, Golem, let's go ahead and take you down nice and quickly. Stun you so you can't use that massive AoE. And then we'll get everyone out of here. That the golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. The snake slithered away. I'm only glad he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Lominsan factions. Whom then do they serve? The Beast Tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahagin and Kobold activity. Something is afoot. The question is, what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? 12 help us if it should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone two. But all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. The seas continue to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louisoix foretold. The coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the creed of Charlian ring more true. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to see ether, yet now that I do begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Sharlayan seem commonplace. Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? Today the Maelstrom officially makes that great hole in the sea its training ground. Join in the celebrations. Wait, a disturbance in the etheric flow, but whence does it emanate? Sea Song Grotto, perhaps? What have we here? Can you walk? "'Tis I. Regrettably, no, he eluded me." "Understood. I'll inform the Commodore." "You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered?" "Sevrin here has apprised me of all that has transpired. His account shed some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem of all things. A golem is a mindless automaton, inert save for when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. But then these tattooed wretches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sahagin. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. But first I must escort Sevrin back to his place of employment. I dare say Staelwyrn will be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. I'll bear word of him to him of your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray pay the man a visit." "Ah, he told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Y'shtola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the ether in the hope that it might offer up some clue as to our predicament." "I'd say I owed you my life, but that doesn't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. 'Tis a debt I can never repay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford Farms and I'll pay the consequences." "For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem... Forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again when I have marshaled my thoughts. Until our paths next cross, farewell." Alright, so that's what's been happening with Sevrin. He fled from an old pirate crew, but they threatened to kill him if he didn't bring in replacements for himself. So that's probably why he's been doing all this shitty stuff, trying to either get in with the pirates' good graces so they'll leave him alone, or get his quote-unquote friends in a situation where they can be handed over to the pirates easily. Really fucking shitty, but I can understand that he was probably scared for his life. Still really fucking selfish and shitty. But at least he is ready to face the consequences for all the crap he's pulled, so that's good. That's already a great start. Alright then, back to Summerford Farms. I will never, I know I say this almost every time, but I will never get over how ridiculously steep this hill is. This just looks like, how are my legs not literally falling off? It's awful, it's terrible. Alright, Staelwyrn. I have some great news about Sevrin. For once. I see he's already back. Hello, I knew you'd return. Your Stola delivered Sevrin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precedes you. The rest came shuffling back too, a lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It's me who's to blame for that and the rest. I was once a serpent reaver. A thrall to the Sahagin? 7 hells, reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're not but the fishback's flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see? But the reavers have never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching law-abiding Lominsons. I'd only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to his new Sahagin masters. I knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, and found myself a new home, Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long round here, and word soon spread, all the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death, but the reavers offered me a way out instead. My freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking. Too busy soiling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't ya? When the time came, you made the right decision. A little bit late on making the decision, but he did. He did stand up to them in the end. The men say little to me, but I hear him talk of how you stood up to the reavers at the last. Of how you try to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There'll always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. And I'll always be in your debt, Staelwyrn. I like Staelwyrn a lot. The dude is so very willing to give people a chance. Maybe a little bit too willing, but hey, we need people like that in the world. I owe you a debt too, Satora. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men on my farm. If I could ask one more favor of you, it'd be this. Tell Baderon what's happened from start to finish. I'm certain he'd put in a good word for Sevrin if he knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I can possibly ask of you. Safe travels, lass. Alright, and that concludes our work at Summerford Farms. Finally complete. Let's go ahead and take a porter back to Limsa. And go check in with Baderon so we can get a good word in. And make sure that Sevrin doesn't get anything like the death penalty. Sure, his actions were fucking horrid, but again, extenuating circumstances. Make sure the punishment at least is reasonable given everything considered. Alright, thank you for the ride, Chocobo. Let's get on into town. And head upstairs to meet with Baderon. You know what? I'm gonna take the stairs this time. Alright then, Baderon! I have done so much for that farm. Please tell me they put in, like... Please tell me I got, like, a good job review or something. Bloody hell, life on the farm ain't quite how I pictured it. But you needn't worry yourself over young Sevrin. The Yellow Jacket as hands out the punishments is a good mate of mine. If I ask him nice, I'd reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from Engen to Keelhaul, kindly gent that he is. Ah, I'm only jesting with you. I'll see he's treated fair. Now it sounds to me like you've done everything old Staelwyrn asked you and more, justifying me generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lass. As for a reward, well, she's a lonely lady, this drowned wench of mine. How'd you fancy keeping her company for a spell, with free room and board? Venturing's a trying business after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and again tend to end up with broken ones. And taken from me, fighting ain't nearly so much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There'll always be a free bed for you, so make use of it. Not that you'll have much time for lying around, what with all the leaves you'll be doing. Oh, didn't I mention? I'm putting your name down for leaves. Our guild draws all minor clients, offering all manner of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed how much folk will pay to avoid doing an honest day's labor. Just give Tamakri a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gil. She'll always have some task or other for you to do. Oh, and it's all above board, in case you're wondering. We're careful to stay on the Admiral's right side in here, unlike some pirates I could mention. I tell you, if it turns out that they had aught to do with them kidnappings, there'll be 7 L's to pay, a proper bleeding reckoning. Yep, that's what Limsa needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to ride it. But we'll have time for such talk when you're well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. Alright! And for completing the Summerford Farm arc, we have a bunch of new features. Recommendations shows a list of quests or duties available in our area at our current level. It is a fantastic way to check if you have completed all the things that are available to you in an area. It includes quests, fates, dungeons, daily duties. There's so much you can check out in the recommendations menu. All you gotta do is head into duty, recommendations, and there it is. List of all the quests available. You can sort it by subcategories. There's Hall of the Novice, which we'll be getting to eventually, hunting log targets, fates, leave quests, sightseeing log, lots and lots and lots and lots of things that we will be getting to in due time. The recommendations list displays quests or duties. Yes, we just explained this. We have also unlocked inns, so we can head into an inn and take a rest in a bed, which is very lovely. It doesn't provide any particular bonuses other than it's a sanctuary, just like any major city, any place with an aetheryte. So it's a good place to log out so that you get bonus experience next time you play. There's a few other bonuses in there, but we'll check that in just a minute. We also unlocked leaves, guild leaves. These are a feature that aren't really in modern content. I think they're basically stop existing after A Realm Reborn or after Heavensward. But we will be trying to check those out in due time during one of our side questing episodes. Anyways, the inn. Let's go check out the inn. Oh, no. I do not want to speak to the smith yet. Alright, fine. I was trying to talk to the innkeeper, but we can go over the smiths. I see you have but recently taken up the adventurer's mantle. The possibilities stretching out before you must be positively daunting. In the Adventurers Guild, we see new adventurers as fledgling heroes. You are champions of tomorrow, our nascent stars of limitless potential. My fellow smiths and I are here to provide you with guidance, but the guild also enlists a cadre of veteran adventurers who will be happy to share with you their accumulated wisdom. You can recognize these helpful men and women by their title of mentor. I have beef with mentors. Many mentors are good, but many people become mentors specifically so they can have power over other players. It's not like it gives you special privileges or anything. It's just like you have a special icon that says you're a mentor, so people are supposed to look up to you. There's great mentors. There's some that have a weird power trip thing going on. I've heard some horror stories about people dealing with mentors, and I've dealt with a few bad ones myself. Mentors stand ready to advise you on any aspect of adventuring. They have hundreds of quests under their belt and will likely have a solution for whatever dilemma might be causing you trouble. A mentor may even offer to accompany you on your adventures. I highly recommend that you take advantage of a mentor's aid to enrich your experiences in Eorzea. Pray do not hesitate to ask me if you would like to know more. No, I'm good. Thank you, Smith, though. Alright, we will talk about all that later. It's not even remotely important for us for now. It's basically, if you're a new player, speaking to the smith, getting access to the novices network gives you a chat room, which is supposed to be for teaching new players how to play. But in a lot of places, in a lot of servers, it just kind of ends up being mentors being dicks to everyone, unfortunately. And it's not like I said, there's plenty of good mentors, but there's some real shitty ones that just are assholes to everyone, and it's nasty. It's unfortunate, because overall this game's community is fantastic, but a few bad apples. Alright, here in the inn rooms, there are a lot of things we can check out. Most of them we cannot deal with right now. Over here we have an orchestrion. It's basically a jukebox. As we go through the game, we'll be getting jukebox scrolls, orchestrion rolls, which once we use them, we will unlock those songs in order to play them wherever we have an orchestrion, such as here in the inn room. Crystal Bell we'll be getting into eventually. Once we unlock this feature, it's not unlocked yet, but once we unlock it, we'll be able to change our hairstyle at any time, for a small fee, by going up to the Crystal Bell. Over here we have a Summoning Bell. This is for retainers, a feature which we'll be getting to later on in the game. It's not unlocked yet. Retainers are basically extra storage, and they will sell stuff on the player market board for you. If you unlock any minigames as we play through the game, you can play them here at the toy chest. Glamour dressers and armoires are used for glamour, which is this game's costume system. It is a way to, while you may be wearing some really incredibly strong clothing, maybe you don't like how it looks. You can use glamours to put on a different set of outfit to act as what you actually look like, to be your costume, while you have your high quality gear on underneath. But this is not unlocked yet, so we'll be getting to it eventually. The Unending Journey allows us to go back and rewatch any cutscene we have seen throughout the game, and even modify some options about how the cutscene plays out. For example, doing certain quests in certain orders leads to cutscenes playing out not very differently, but variations on dialogue. So we can go back once we've gotten sufficiently far through the game and check out all the cutscenes we've seen before, maybe as a refresher, or even check out some variants based on how we progress through the game. And finally, we have the comfy feather bed, where we can take a sleep and log out. We can also do dream fitting, which is a brand new feature they added recently in patch 6.1, which lets you try out gear from the online store, so that you can see, hey, I actually do think this looks good on my character before buying it. That way you don't buy something and you're like, oh, this actually looks terrible. But yes, the bed is mostly just for logging out with a nice little animation. So what do you say, with the sun setting, with perfect timing? I will see everyone next time, as we take on some side quests around Limsa, now that we have gotten a ton of work done at Summerford Farms. I'll see everyone next time.